It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here. As it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. Takes it to about the 37. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, they played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
And from analyzing them and talking with their defensive coordinator, we know they have a full playbook. So look for them to mix up coverages, pressure one play, fall back the next. They'll do a lot of different things trying to confuse the offense.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing in too much double coverage might have a couple on him. Oh, he sheds himself free. Still on his feet. Touchdown, Falcons. Drake London with career touchdown number 60. And the Falcons need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Able to connect on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Back to throw here, Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So it's stopped for no gain. And it'll be 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Falcons, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Herbert. To the right side and intercepted. Loose inside the 30.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson with a milestone career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
You talk about this Falcon defense. They come into this one ranked number 5 in the NFL against the run.
We know it's only week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. Got some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. That's complete. Lambert Smith. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And they'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. From the 50, here's Herbert. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Coup for the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0.
Makes the score Falcons 21, Chargers 0.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Going right side here, and that's complete. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Brandon, I won't go overboard here, but it looks like he's off to another nice start after what he did last week when he was the AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And obviously a great start to the season, doing it in week 1. He's one of those guys we maybe had pegged for a big year, showing out so far.
Well, you did say that to me in preseason. Looks like you're on target.
And this one is incomplete.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
Herbert going to give to Hampton. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. We talked about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
The Chargers 1st down.
Herbert now. Wide open receiver complete. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Rondé Gadsden, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chargers get a bit closer. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7.
Dicker to kick off for the Chargers. The Falcons take over first and 10.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
Let's go now. Red.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. This pass is caught by London. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 36 yards on the play. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Ready?
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football.
Bijan Robinson, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons take a 3-touchdown lead. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Back now in Atlanta's second quarter action, the Falcons with the football. As they've got it as we resume action.
Younghoe Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Here's Koo to kick it off. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hampton. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On first down, hits Hampton, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll go as a gain of 4. And 3rd and 1 now.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, Great hand-eye coordination. Guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
He's got his target. That's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 37. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
They work inside here, Hampton. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the Falcons' 38-yard line.
Here's Herbert. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. He's got the tight end. That's Gadsden. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 23 yards the pick up there.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
And he'll get about 3 just outside of the 10, stopped at the 11.
And that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Now it's Herbert. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Ricky Pearsall, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Chargers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Room to run at the 50. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Dayon Henley from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
At the 46-yard line.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Brings up 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
60 red. 60 red. Ready.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will extend their lead even further. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
Yeah, Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
The Charger drive about to get going. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got them pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, put the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And give him a gain of 37.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. That's complete to Pearsall. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. And between the last two plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. Set.
Ready.
Here's Herbert. They'll set up the screen to Hampton. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Up the middle, it's Hampton. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Second down and goal. Herbert. Now he's going to step up and run. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Ricky Pearsall with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Chargers are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
33-yard line.
Ready.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
I'd give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
On the set.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
ready.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball, just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now 2nd and 3. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Now a timeout signal for him. They'll get him with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. Now that play is able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Kyle Hamilton picks it. Well, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee and go into half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points? Or the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try to cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll run with Hampton. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Officially nothing on that with no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Back to throw. Herbert. That one complete to McConkey. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Ladd McConkey, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chargers are back within a score. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead will shrink to 6. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. They definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call.
On the set. Here we go. Here we go. Set.
They're going to look to throw. Into the hands of London. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll make it second down. So a decent gain there, but not their 4th consecutive first down like they had on the first 3 plays.
You sound almost disappointed that he won't fire the offensive coordinator on that.
They've gotten into a rhythm. I thought they were just going to keep going.
Well, almost a win for the defense, but if that's your win, you're not doing very well right now.
First target, first catch, and a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 56 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield too.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Second and goal at the 2-yard line.
Ready, ready.
Robinson is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Smash, set, ready. Yellow, set.
Looking to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Anthony Schwartz, a 2-yard touchdown grab. As his guys are able to extend their lead.
The Falcons will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll let Robinson try and run. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Charger drive about to get going. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they haven't had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Trying to run for it with Hampton. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. Is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they'll go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. That's brought in downfield by London. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
Ready?
Back to throw here. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the fourth.
Okay,
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Let's go now. Shot, 17.
They'll run with Robinson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal.
Set, ready. Yellow, 22.
Back to throw. Now he'll take this and run. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
was lockdown coverage there. He's scanning for someone to come open. That was great work to blanket everyone. And in the end, he's just got to throw it away.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Black 40. Field, black. Hut.
They'll look to throw here. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Drake London with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace where the other offense are going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Play action. It's Herbert. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Herbert. He's going to look deep down the field. Oh, and that is incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And this one finds McConkey. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out.
And this is going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Xavier Watts. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And the Falcons, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Hut.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Here's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Here we go.
At the 42-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 45-yard line. The passing game continues to be their friend, even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles. They're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame him?
He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Crossing route incomplete. He's got Pitts. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 28. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes, and boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson, his 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Falcons add 6 to their lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that will bump the lead up to 26. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And not much happening on the return. He's going to get this to about the 23. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Now he'll tuck this and run. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them. But all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
Here we go, set. 6, 7.
Robinson with another carry. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. And well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. From the right hash, this from 53. And he missed it. It's no good. But that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now it's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons Falcons get there for the sack. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
They need 12 here. It's third down.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Down the sideline he goes. And he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 5-yard line.
A big play that time on the catch and run. 55 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Hey, easy. We're going orange.
One last throw here for Herbert.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. And the Falcons come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.